And Cindy Chelsea here. Okay, so something I definitely want to talk about, where it's just too much for one video, even if it could be longer than 10 minutes, is things we really should be learning in high school, and then maybe even talking about the things that we do learn in high school. So I'm gonna call it probably something like what we learn in high school, or what we should learn in high school, thoughts, or like things we learned in high school slash tinfoil hat. So I'll have like a reality kind of comment, and then maybe like a tinfoil hat. So today I'll do both because it's kind of fun. I think it's a little scary that it took so long into my adult life to really look into pregnancy and really what's up, because like I honest to God had a teacher that said if sperm got on your thigh, like it could very possibly climb up your leg and go and go inside. And it's so silly to me now that I was even like I didn't even consider like, oh, should I, like, is this canon to life? Like, I just accepted it because there are teachers. So moms really do try to make your kids understand, like, don't take no for a first answer. I'm not saying disrespect authority just because it's just going to make life harder. You're not going to change anything like through force, or just getting in trouble in general. But my tinfoil hat experience with this is like, and it kind of runs deep because I had one person before my fiance now that I thought about having kids with. And so we did what I thought was trying. And I was not getting pregnant. Months and months and months were going by. So instead of freaking out, I did some research. Now, simply said, an easy way to tell, like, if you may or may not have problems, like, conceiving, like, an easy kind of factor is your period, and if it's normal. Do you get it normal? Do you get it? And mine's always normal, always the same length. So I was like, okay, so I felt kind of good about that. And then I started doing more research, and like, I mean, I suppose, like, it's not a total lie to say you can get pregnant at any day. But we never ever talked about percentages, and the percentages of getting pregnant on just any day of the month. Like, we're talking like under 1.00. Like, we're talking about like 0.08%. You are fertile for 1 to maybe 2 days, and the second day is even less percentage than the first. Okay? Now, I can understand them pushing for, like, if the idea of not teaching that is to, if the reason was to just like make sure people were using condoms and STDs, I'd be okay with that. But that's not ever the narrative I ever heard. The narrative I heard was just don't get pregnant and just don't have sex, period. Like, basically that abstinence is like the only way not to get pregnant. And that is just so not correct. It's nuts. And I honestly believe that the curriculums knew, with the PC world we live in right now, that they can't outright push for abstinence, let alone the statistics don't support it. It doesn't work. Okay? The more you tell a little kid not to do something, the more they're going to want to do it. And I can attest to this because my mom never lied to me. I mean, I feel like I knew like body parts when I was like 4 or 5, and I didn't even have sex till I was 18. And that's even with my friends having sex at 13, 14. My stepdaughter's 12. The thought of her even being active is like I'm getting heart palpitations. But when I came into the picture of their parents, I told both of them, because I'm friends with her mother too. I think we have to be a, a strong unit, to raise these kids right. Um, I said, I'm going to be always honest. I'm sorry. I think honesty is the best policy. I'm not saying you should never lie. Um, you're going shopping with your best friend. She comes out of the closet or out of the dressing room. You can tell that whatever she's wearing, no matter what, that she loves it. You can just tell because she's your best friend, right? Maybe it's not your style. Maybe you think you've seen her in something better, but you can tell she likes it. When she says, "What do you think?" If you say no, you're a jerk. You know? So, like, I'm definitely not a black or white person, you know what I mean? But tinfoil, I really believe that there is something systemic that makes that they try fear instead of knowledge to keep us from having sex or whatever. And I think it's so dumb because it's the fear that then also influences the choices made after maybe an accidental pregnancy. Okay, now we're so fearful, we're not going to tell our parents. Maybe we're going to have a secret abortion and go to like some like backdoor person or whatever, like craziness, right? And then you're going to have like these weird unsettled feelings that your parents aren't really there for you because they never knew about that situation, right? Because I'm sorry, even if you know it's not right and you get an abortion done, I have got to imagine there's got to be feelings like baggage about that. And I know I hate people who say, "Oh, well, just do adoption," like pro-lifers. It's like, yeah, but also the idea of a kid that's mine that came or that's just in the world somewhere. Like, I don't know if I can handle that. And I don't know. I have I don't know enough statistics to know if that's even what's better for the kid, because take one watch at one episode of Unsolved Mysteries and you tell me how those adopted kids feel about not knowing their adoptive parents, right? I mean, I one thing I do is I strive to be a good step parent, because even when I was a kid, like, I don't know any of my friends who had a good relationship with their step parent, whether willfully or because the step parent sucked, or the parent who was dating the step parent kind of sucked and kind of annoyed the kids, like in lieu of, their own needs or whatever. No kid was gonna. My mouth was never gonna come out of any kid's mouth that wasn't, biologically mine, for therapy. Like, that was one of my biggest things. Like, if I have stepkids, my name will never come out of their mouth as a bad thing, and I'm going to strive hard for that. Like, the kids come first. I'm sorry, they just do. So they can't legally do abstinence, and so I think they started pushing it through health by making you think you can get pregnant any day. Because I almost feel like more kids were talking and afraid of or wanted pregnancy like way before like a talk of their talk an STD, getting an STD. Like, we should be talking about using condoms because of STDs. Like, yeah, pregnancy is one of those things, but like, if it's other than those 2 days, and if you are paying attention, which girls, please, women, please pay attention to your periods. There's apps for your phone. It's so helpful. Mine never lies about when I'm going to get it. The more you put in information, the more customized it becomes to you. It's like it knows me. It's so crazy. And yeah, I found this whole thing about, yeah, you really can only get pregnant those 2 days. The first day is even the most. The second day, even, even though you can, the percentage drops a lot. I don't know. There's something sketchy about that to me. So health, that's one of the things that's definitely got to change. So health, it needs an update. Definitely. I was so scared about what my kids didn't know. So anyway, what do you think? Stay instinctively you. Bye till next time.